Hi everyone, and welcome to my video where I'm going to be going over how to style your text with CSS. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's start by just creating a paragraph tag here. Let's give it class, my class. Now let's just start out with the basics. So you guys have seen me use the color attribute here. So color, let's do red, and let's just write hello. Let's do hello world. Okay, so here we have our text, and we can add, a background color. So this is something that we already know about. There's also the text align attribute that you can use. So text align, and you can do something like right. So now it's aligning to the right. You can align it to the left. You can align it to the center. So anything inside of this element that has the my class is going to be aligned like that. You could also specify the direction of this. And I think I've already done this before, but I'll show it again. So right now it's reading from left to right. We can change this from right to left. And then let's also add here Unicode. So for this to work, so let me just show real quick. I'll save this, refresh, and it doesn't change the direction. But if I do Unicode BIDI and then the override and then refresh, you can see that now the direction has changed. Let's make the height of this paragraph a little bit bigger. You can also set a text decoration to your text. So the way that you do that is by text decoration, and then you can set, overline. You can do a line through, or you could do an underline. And then you can always change the color of that line if you want by doing text decoration color and then blue, let's just say. And then that changes. And then you could do like a whole bunch of other stuff. Like you have skip, line, style, skip, ink, and thickness to play with. Now the reason why I have this all crazy like this is so that I could show you this next part. So you could also do transformations. So if I do text transform and then I say all uppercase, you can see here that now my text is all uppercase even though it's all crazy over here. I could also do lowercase. Lowercase. And I can also do capitalize. And you can see that it capitalizes the first letter of every word. So here, if I make this W lowercase real quick, I refresh, the W is still capitalized. I can also change the spacing between the letters if I wanted to. So the way that you do that is with letter spacing, and then I specify the pixels. So let's do 5 pixels per letter. And now there's 5 pixels in between each letter. I can also do, let's change this, let's remove this because the next thing I'm going to show is going to space it out even more. I can also space out by word. So the way that you do that is word spacing and then, 5 pixels. So now we have a 5 pixel space right here in between the words, where I think the default is just, yeah, the default is 0. So, so that gave us some spacing there. Here we can also specify the line height. So let's remove height from here. Let's specify line height, and let's do 5. So you can see here that now the text is still the same because the text size didn't change, right? but the height of the text is now 5. Now let's do something like this. Right? So now let's say that we don't want to wrap this around like that. What we could do is white space and then no wrap. Whoop, not normal, no wrap. And you can see that it just kind of, goes on. So let's remove this. And last but not least, we can also add some cool effects with shadows. So I'm going to go and give this a, let's do a 5 text shadow. So let's do a 5 pixel by 5 pixel color yellow. So here you can see that there's a shadow. So it's just the text written once, and then there's a little shadow behind it. So let's get rid of this background color. Let's set the color back to, let's get rid of color as well. Save, refresh, pixels. So this is saying that it's going to push it 5 pixels to the right and 5 pixels down. And then let's do light gray. Maybe that'll look a little better. Let's change it to red actually, just so you guys can see. And so just so that this looks a little better, let's change this to 1 pixel, see how that looks. Here you can see that it looks a little better. Let's change it to 2 pixels. I liked 1 pixel. And then the last thing that I want to show you guys is the blur effect. So you guys can add a blur onto this shadow so that it's not so sharp. And the way that you do that is by telling it right here as a third value. So let me save that, refresh. You can see that it's like really blurred. So let's actually change this to maybe 1 pixel. Change this to 2 pixels. Okay, so here's like a little nicer blur. So anyway, that is it for styling your text with CSS. If you learned something new, please hit the thumbs up button and don't forget to subscribe. All right, everyone, have a good rest of your day. Thanks.